Hi, I'm Pat Maroney from Maroney's Harley-Davidson.
And good afternoon, Dan Henke here from V-Twin Manufacturing.
Today we're going to install this V-Twin exhaust system. Dan, tell me what's different about this exhaust system than the previous reproduction exhaust systems.
Well, Patrick, what we've got, they've incorporated now that reverse twist into the front header pipe, which did not exist on the earlier aftermarket components. This is much like the genuine product, where your extension immediately out of the cylinder head is straight, then you will create an abrupt right angle coming out toward the right footrest, then coming straight back into the squash pipe. So let's give this a shot and just see how we form fit off the front here. If you recall, Patrick, a lot of the aftermarket components, we get into an immediate problem here as such.
Yeah, that slips in really
So we're coming in
easy.
nicely with our joint here at the front pipe to the squash pipe, and we're right in with a nice formulation here. Wow. Joint nice and tight. It really has a nice clean flow.
Okay, now that we have the front pipe and the squash pipe installed, let's take a look at this Y pipe, Dan.
This is a replication by V-Twin, Patrick, of the original design by Harley-Davidson. What we've done at V-Twin, we've brought this in an upward kick like the factory, bringing this up to an abrupt left hand and then right hand twist where it will actually feed directly into the muffler, tucking the muffler in along the chassis and rear section toward the rear axle.
Now I see, looking down here, there's just a stamped out small oval.
Yes, a good performance enhancement would be to go in and remove that area with a, someone in the field could do that quickly with a die grinder, with a good burr on it, a good porting tool.
Okay, let's talk about this S pipe. I mean, it looks a lot different than the other aftermarket ones.
Excellent, Patrick. In this area here, we were sticklers on the shaping. The aftermarket, as you mentioned a moment ago, had more or less a Z-like appearance to them. They would just grasp and do a quick bend here and a quick straight loop with a quick bend again, giving it the Z-like appearance. This is more of a real mandrel bend and a clean sweeping action performed here. This is our test bed here. This is a quick test jig and fixture, giving you an idea how strict attention was, paid into this to have this correct angle. Now we'll perform a little bit of an installation here, and hopefully this will go as well as the front. What we'll do then, we'll bring this kind of in, a slight tuck here and such with a little twist.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
This is really a clean assembly. Just notice the sweeping lines, again, like the factory, which we're really trying to replica with this whole new product line. Now for the real test, Patrick, see how we can set this muffler up on there. So we'll come in. We've got our lower clamping to go next to the frame. We'll swing in onto the RY pipe. At the same time, beneath our feed oil line, notice I've already installed the rear hanger.
That is too easy. Now, note the
Yep, that's the critical point. Let's get our long bolt through the frame, just missing the oil line, and we'll just kind of roll. Notice how that rolls right in.
Now, Dan, would you use a high-temp silicone on that?
Absolute. Very good suggestion. I would recommend something by the Permatex company of high temperature, at minimum of a 24-hour installation prior to fire up. We'll install our brake bell crank here. We'll check our fitment. We've got our switch and spacer in proper with the squash pipe bracket installed against the frame. We can swing here, form this out to where our spring and rod will align proper. Okay, Patrick, let's see if we can get through the frame here. Come down in along the oil line. Come underneath as original with our nut and lock washer. we could come in and draw down the underside now beneath our transmission. Patrick, the big point here I wanted to show you is how this formed in an upward position and then swung in toward the motorcycle again. Notice that looking from the rear, how clean this flows now, like a high-performance automotive exhaust system. Just an excellent piece for any restoration.
Okay, Dan, let's see if the foot controls go back on pretty smoothly.
Yes, again, another area which has proven to be quite the challenge in the past. Very nice.
Now these P-clamps, I know I've seen bikes with them and without them. Would you
Right.
recommend you still use these? Because this exhaust system does fit very well on this bike. Do you still think you need them?
Absolutely. But nicely formed and such, Patrick. They'll easily come in, you can see quite easily come in to our 1946 and later positioning below the crash bar loop. They'll come right in nicely there. And for 1945 and earlier, you could easily again come in off the top with the 37 number clamp.
Well, I know a lot of guys like chrome, but I prefer black. Does this system come in black as well?
Absolutely, Patrick. That would be the V-twin part number 291115, and the chrome version is available, V-twin number 291116. You folks can visit our website for further information and details at vtwinmfg.com. And Patrick, thank you so much for coming
It
in
was
and
a pleasure.
visiting.
I learned a lot today from, well, I always do from you.
Thank you, Patrick.